The Brian and Kenzie Show.
On Q101.
Brian and Kenzie on Q101 with Al Roker Jr. filling in here for the week as Kenzie's on maternity leave. And we're glad to have him. We're lucky to have him. We grabbed him up. He was a free agent. Listen, we
it's
got
like
him.
the Ohtani sweepstakes.
Oh, easily in that level of fervor for Al Roker Jr.
Well, I appreciate that. Thank you, Brian.
I appreciate you being here. We're got Pearl Jam tickets in about 3 minutes. We're talking about those things you're holding out on, businesses in your neighborhood. A lot of people checking in just about, there's a Zephyr Cafe and ice cream.
Zephyr's was a legendary ice cream shop on the north side.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't remember, where was that at?
Kind of like Margie's.
Oh,
you know,
okay.
it was kind of like a Margie's.
Yeah. Margie survived.
I was there last week.
Little Valentine's Day with his girl case had that.
There you go.
I'll be smooth like that.
Let's go to Dustin checking. A lot of Roker, you're bringing the Joliet calls in.
I guess so.
This is a guy, Al Roker Jr., Southside, born and bred, and then goes way out to Joliet after that.
Way out.
Yeah.
Yep.
What was that adjustment like?
Yeah, wasn't easy. Yeah.
Did they have ribbon cutting ceremony for you?
They do have a lot of ribbon cuttings out there. They do. They have giant scissors and everything.
Did they have one for you, though? You guys coming out there?
Yeah, I must have missed it. They did not have one for me. There was no fanfare.
You missed your own ribbon cutting?
There was no band, no nothing.
Well, that's a shame. Maybe we can get that happening before the end of the week.
All right.
3 years late. Dustin, ahoy, what's up, man?
Ahoy. Good morning, guys.
Yeah, what's up, bud?
Oh, well, Ponderosa and Joliet on Jefferson Street, when I was a kid, that was like a Sunday thing. It's been gone for like at least 15, 20 years. I missed that. But the next one is I used to be a manager at the Hardee's in Plainfield. I actually watched the downfall of the Northern Illinois because something about when taxes went up in Chicago, Hardee's had to cut back from Will County up towards the Chicago because they couldn't afford the taxes on the food. I miss Hardee's, man. I used to be, the real big rep, man. Them hot and sweaties in the morning, which is the ham and cheese little thing. Those things are awesome.
Yeah.
Handmade biscuits, they're gone.
Yeah.
They're gone.
You hear the passion in his voice?
I know.
It's like amazing.
Oh, man. I came into work early just for the honey butter. Good stuff. You could eat it by the spoons, man.
All right. Well, listen. If there's anybody out there that can bring... Why are Hardee's still downstate, though? They're still
There's still some and some
Yes.
in Wisconsin,
Down
too, I know.
south, Arsenal Road 55. You can find one at a Love's. Going that way down south, but you can't find none of them north no more because the taxes got too high and the district managers decided that would be the best cut.
Yeah.
Was the cut right before Will County.
Yeah.
So there is in Grundy
Yep.
and all that, down south, but there's none up through Will County on up.
My man Dustin here is like verbal map quest.
He is. Quite the aficionado.
The Brian and Kenzie Show.
On Q101.
It's Brian and Kenzie on Q101 with Al Roker Jr. filling in for Kenzie here on a maternity leave. And we're going to move on to something that's, sad. It feels like a very nostalgia last half hour here. First, we talked about buildings and businesses in Chicago that have gone. For example, 773 checked in. He goes, I don't care about the Pearl Jam tickets, but boy, do I miss the Purple Cow on 104th and Western on the south side. Do you know that place, Roker, at all? Or no? The Purple Cow, something familiar?
I don't know that one, but sounds like that would be an awesome place.
It sounds like it was very special for that man. But something else now, that in this nostalgia train, that's end of an era, as Best Buy is ceasing to sell the sale of DVDs and Blu-ray discs in-store and online. It starts almost immediately. So there might still be a few up there, still a chance, as Roker told me on the way, and he was going to bring me as a little gift for having him on the show, some old DVDs.
Yeah, they're all from the prize closet here. I take them with me to some promotion and then didn't give them all away. And then the next thing I know, I got season 3 of Viva La Bam.
It was very funny, in case the producer, being a youngin' here in the studio, would not remember this or know this at all. But so back in the day when DVDs were actually a thing, they were currency in a way. Like when you gave
huge.
So all of us had our own apartments back at Q101 with Roker and me. Not we didn't live together; we had our separate apartments. But
Sharing a bedroom.
But whenever one of us had a party, went to the other person's house, and back then you displayed your DVDs like trophies by your TV.
Yes.
And we'd always walk over into someone's house, we maybe had first time getting over there, and kind of go, "Huh, your collection looks pretty similar to mine."
A lot of season 3 of Evil Van.
Because we all stole them out of the same prize closet. They were exactly alike, our collections. But we talked about this before, how Netflix has actually, for the first time, stopped sending DVDs. Because I have a friend, Dean, who still enjoyed getting the DVDs from Netflix. That's how Netflix started, in case you don't know that. They used to send the DVDs to your house. You'd watch them, then you put them, they gave you a return envelope. You put them back in there, send them back.
mail 'em, yeah.
And then get more DVDs before it was streaming was capable.
We have a guy who works here named Pants who
Yes.
he was doing the same thing. He was getting DVDs up until Netflix stopped sending them to him. I'd say he's a pretty cool, calm, collected guy. Devastated at the fact that he couldn't get DVDs anymore. Not sure what to do with his life.
Yeah.
And they used to, like with the movies, you'd end up having alternate endings, outtakes, commentary.
Yeah,
I mean,
bonus
they
scenes.
would, bonus scenes. It was a big deal.
Yeah, they're not going to sell them anymore. Moving on, they confirmed, they said, to state the obvious, the way we watch movies and TV shows is much different today than it was decades ago. The Best Buy spokesman, they don't even give his name or her
It's
name.
just an anonymous guy?
Yeah.
It's like the Deal or No Deal banker. He's sitting in the shadows.
It's like they didn't want this to be news at all. It's like, yeah, we're pulling DVDs, but they're going to get those, tinfoil hat people out front going like, I want my DVDs
Right.
back.
Well, okay, so in the last year, Best Buy stopped selling CDs.
Yep.
They pulled the CDs off the shelves.
Yep.
Now they stopped selling DVDs.
Right.
Those Best Buy stores are big. What's in there now?
Well, that's the funny thing. This quote from the spokesman said, making this change gives us more space and opportunity to bring customers new and innovative tech for them to explore, discover, and enjoy.
They're going to have to put a jungle gym in the middle of the floor. That's a lot of space to fill up.
I never noticed the TV section packed.
Yeah,
it's okay.
right.
It's comfortable. I don't know what they're going to do. Are they going to put more VR goggles in there and have a little, I don't know what they need the room for, but also they don't want to carry that stuff anymore. People are going in the Best Buy and buying CDs and DVDs. Maybe you are. If you're a crew member out there, maybe you do that still. I don't know.
I would love to hear from somebody if they bought a DVD in the last year.
Yeah, or a CD.
CD people are psychos. Because I'm in the vinyl community, so I deal with vinyl people.
Roker, he's in the
He's in
vinyl community.
Yeah. He's in the vinyl community.
But CD people, it's like, what are you doing? Get a life. Come on now.
What do you mean?
Well, why are you buying a CD?
You know why? Because they sound better.
Oh, is that right?
They sound better than MP3s, no one knows anymore. Whatever, you got your earbuds, doesn't matter.
No one knows when we just gave up.
No, the sound. Well, why do you have albums? Why do you collect albums? Because they sound better.
No, I collect albums because I'm afraid they're all going to get pulled off the internet, and this will be the only music that I have. It's preservation. It's doomsday prepping.
Jesus.
I have a collection of Morrissey records just in case they ever get pulled down from the internet.
Oh. Do you have albums, Roker, anywhere?
Oh, yeah. I've got a bunch of albums.
Thank you, Roker.
You don't want me to bring in any of my albums or 12 inches. Well, any more 12 inches. I have.
Oh!
Okay.
I went through a phase where if I liked a song, I would go, the 12-inch ought to be better. So I've got 19 minutes of 19 from Paul Hardcastle, things like this that are just awful.
Maybe we should make a little music hour for you tomorrow on the show.
Is there a turntable in here?
There's
even?
not.
I
There's
didn't
no
think so.
turntable.
I didn't think so.
We don't even have a
I'm
CD
safe.
player. Everything in here is, it's just a computer with the
Right,
songs
right.
in it. I love people checking in. Jordan, hi, I actively still buy DVDs and Blu-ray. The last DVD I bought was the 25th Hour just a few weeks ago. Jordan from Algonquin. I don't know if that's a show. I'm not even sure about that one. You can also, Rena says, I still get DVDs from the library.
Oh, wow.
Go check them out from the library.
And then don't return them?
Yeah. Maddie checked in. I bought a DVD a few months ago for my buddy's birthday. He was so excited, he teared up at it.
Wow.
What was that title, Maddie? I got to know what the title was on that one. And 630, again, this is more nostalgia stuff this morning. 630 says, I love skipping school and going to Best Buy to play Guitar Hero because they had a setup in there. That's hilarious. This also leads to the conversation that when I got Broker on this whole week, and I hit him up last night. I said, give me an email that I can, reach you at, a new email. And he told me he had a Prodigy account.
I do. Prodigy.net,
Yes.
even. Yeah, I got a Prodigy.net account. I'm not giving that up.
Whoa. Why didn't you go to Gmail at some point?
I have a Gmail too.
Yeah.
But I still have people from 20 years ago.
Yeah.
Go, is this still you? Yeah, it's still me.
Wait, so what you're saying is I'm not Gmail worthy?
No.
You gave me your Prodigy
I gave you
account?
the Prodigy.
The Brian and Kenzie Show.
On Q 101.
The Brian and Kenzie Show.
On Q 101.
And filling in for Kenzie is Al Roker Jr. all week. Great friend, Chicago radio legend. And he's with us. And I just talked about how when I hit him up last night, I said, hey, give me an email address, a good one for you that I can send some stuff to about the show. And he sends me a Prodigy.net email account.
Yeah. I have 2 of them.
Yeah.
Just a backup just in case.
But then shockingly, I found out he has a Gmail account. I'm not Gmail worthy. He gave me the Prodigy account.
That's gotta hurt.
I figured you'd appreciate the Prodigy account a little bit more.
I felt disrespected. I gotta admit now.
Don't feel disrespected.
Well, why not? I do every day otherwise for other reasons. Might as well be that I couldn't handle the Gmail account. But Eric checked in and said the best is when the husband gives me their totally inappropriate Hotmail account, and while the wife rolls her eyes like, yeah, you won't let go of it. My wife, Megan, my wife has a Hotmail account. Like she has a Gmail as well, but she has a Hotmail. I go, what's going on in that Hotmail account? Why don't you dump that out? She's got like 40,000 emails on there.
Yeah, see, you get it attached to it.
Yeah. I don't know. I think something else is going on. How am I supposed to go through those emails and see what's going on in between all those?
Well, I was going to say, because you guys met on Match.com, is her Match profile hooked up to the Hotmail or the Gmail?
You know, I don't know. And maybe it is still going to the Hotmail. Maybe she's still on Match.
I would be concerned if I were you.
We're going to have a talking to when I get home.
What's that going to be like?
She'll yell at me. Say, stop being an idiot.
Let me check my Match account and see if she's on there.
People were checking in about that and how we talked about Best Buy getting rid of DVDs and CDs. Did not realize how many CD buyers and DVD buyers are still out there. So Best Buy is losing these people by getting rid of them completely. And Redbox still exists, right?
Redbox does still exist.
So you still pull up at the store and get a DVD
and get
out of there?
DVD, yes, and it kind of just slides out real slow, and you run to get it back there in time so you don't get charged for an extra day.
I never used Redbox, so I don't even know how it works at that point. I missed Redbox.
No, you go, it'll have like, I want Oppenheimer, whatever. You reserve it, you go to Jewel or whatever, Walgreens, and it's outside, and you just put your credit card in, and out comes Oppenheimer.
There's a Redbox at the Jewel that we go to in Uptown, that horrible, sketchy Jewel,
yes,
where the bank just closed down inside the Jewel.
You ever heard of that? A bank closing inside a Jewel?
Wow.
Yeah, that was my thought as well.
Yeah.
But there's a Redbox there in case you need to get a DVD of the Barbie movie.
So, like, we bought, what movie did me and Megan buy off YouTube TV the other night? Oh, it was the Entourage movie. Because
wait, it's on Max. You have Max.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't on there for free for some reason. The show is because we were binging that.
Oh, don't you hate that?
Yeah.
The one movie you want to watch? Oh, I got to rent this one?
Well, I've seen it, and we were like, okay, we finished re-binging Entourage. Let's finish it with the movie. I had to pay $275. Is it still cheaper to do that than go to Redbox at Jewel to go get the movie?
Well, you did it from the comfort of your own home. You didn't have to leave and go to Jewel, get accosted outside, pick up some donuts while you're there, and then come back and watch the Entourage movie.
If it was $1, I might have done it. That's probably the gap. $1.75 to save that. I probably would have went to the Redbox and gotten it.
Roll out in your basketball shorts, make it real quick because it's still cold out. I know your move.
Yeah, that's what I would have done. But anyway, people were checking in about David and Elgin, big DVD guys.
Go get a movie.
Hey, David, what's up, man?
Hey, what's going on?
So you still go buy DVDs and CDs?
Yeah, actually I do.
And why do you do that?
Honestly, man, I feel like, growing up in the time period I did, which was, I was a 90s kid,
right.
Born in the 80s. So VHS was big during when we were growing up, and I felt like once DVD kind of came along, we made a huge leap into, a totally new style of watching movies. And for me, growing up with that, it was just something that I kind of kept with me growing up. And now even with my daughter being about to be 7, even when we go to the store, if we walk by the DVD section, we go and stop by the DVD section, she's immediately, getting excited because she's seeing these DVDs of movies that, you might be able to find on these streaming platforms, but when you see them on streaming platforms, what's so exciting when you got 50,000 other different things right in front of you for them to look at?
It's a whole experience. It's a journey.
Do you watch it on a DVD player, or do you put it in a PlayStation?
I put it in the PlayStation, yeah.
Yeah. I don't have a
did
DVD.
have a DVD player, but you know, I did for a while, but they crap out on you nowadays. So it's, PlayStation's. I put it in a PlayStation 3 for Christ's sake.
My man.
Yeah, well, they don't make DVD players like they used to,
That's what they say. Yeah, back in my day.
Yep. I'm serious, man. It's like, I'm the guy that's literally using, Windows 95 while everybody else is using, 5G, speed laptops here.
Windows 95.
We need to get together.
Brian and Kenzie in the morning. And Chicago's alternative all day.
Q101.
Brian and Kenzie in the morning. And Chicago's alternative all day.
Q101.
It's Brian and Kenzie on Q101. Pearl Jam tickets all week long, 8 o'clock hour. Just make sure you are here. So we're talking about a couple different things with Best Buy getting rid of DVDs and CDs. They're not going to do it anymore because they've got to make room for something else, like laser tag or something in the middle of the store.
It'll probably turn into a pickleball court in the middle of the Best Buy.
I got to admit, that'd probably bring people in.
More so than a DVD?
I guess, but I don't know. Because we have a guy on the phone here checking in. And did you tell me that this guy told you he made $68,000 last year selling DVDs?
Jason from Lombard is on the phone. We're going to talk to him in just a second. He told me he took up a hobby during the pandemic of selling DVDs on eBay. First of all, get a better hobby. Second of all...
Why? 68 grand?
I guess, maybe.
Jesus.
He said he made $68,000 selling DVDs on eBay last year.
Good Lord. Now, Roker's really attentive here. Because he has a bunch of DVDs
I
at
have
the
a
house.
ton. I'm like I said, box sets. I mean, you don't throw Viva La Bam out just like off the top of your
Willy-nilly.
head.
No, come on now.
I have several seasons of
I
it.
have to see how Uncle Vito's going to get beat up this week.
There you go.
I met Uncle Vito, by the way, before he died.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. He was.
How was that?
He was rough. He was. I mean,
he wasn't a looker.
He lost all. I mean, he was sick, obviously, from all the abuse, the alcohol abuse, and everything. But anyway, it was rip for all the joy.
Pour one out.
Jason. So, Jason, are you lying right now just to get on the radio or whatever?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah. I did not make $68,000, but my 1099 I got from eBay shows that I sold $68,000 worth of movies. So people have paid me with shipping included $68,000 last year for movies.
What?
Wow.
So explain to us that process of how you sell DVDs and make that kind of money.
So I have a huge collection of my own, and I used to go through Facebook Marketplace, and I would look for any other sets that maybe I wanted a few out of it, and I would just buy the full set. And then the pandemic hit, and I was, a dad at home and bored out of my mind, and I started dabbling in selling movies. So I sell DVDs and Blu-rays, and that's pretty much all I sell. And so I exclusively find DVD collections on Facebook Marketplace, and I look for stuff that sells. And
well, let's stop for a second. So is that like the Star Wars collection?
what
let's say, or
sells?
like what's those collections you're talking about?
I'll sell anything. Most of the popular movies aren't going to get more than $1, but you can find some gems in there. I sell anything from $1 up to the most I've ever sold. I sold like some sort of fish DVD collection for $165.
So that's the band Fish, that the jam band. I could see someone easily paying that because they're crazy. They're fans.
Yes. That's a nice way of putting it.
So you sold one DVD collection of Fish concerts for $164.
Yeah.
How much did you pay for it?
I bought a big box of DVDs for like $20.
And then, so more than just that one was in there, and you did it.
Oh yeah. So it's
you're-
a treasure hunt for me. I like going through them, and the ones that people are, cleaning out their parents' collection or whatever. It's just fun. It's treasure collection, and then I don't get out too much, so I get to venture all around the Chicago.
Shocker, they don't get out too much.
Walk into that one, Jason.
Sorry, man. Made it too easy for me. So I'm just stunned because this is my fear with. I have some football cards from a kid, Roker, and I don't. In Case knows cards. He says they're not worth anything, even though he hasn't looked at them yet. He says I just know they're not going to be worth anything. But I'm afraid I'll sell them to someone like him, Case, the producer, and then I say, hey, I made $1,000 this week on that. I don't know, some Randy Moss card I have or something like that.
Teddy Bruschi rookie card.
Because I don't know crap. I don't know how to know what they're worth.
I gave my baseball cards away. I had them from like the 70s and gave those all away. And every time I get memorabilia, you can guarantee somebody's going to do something to make that memorabilia useless.
Yeah.
I've got a Tiger Woods Masters flag. I've got a Roger Clemens jersey.
Those are all upstanding humans.
Yes, exactly. Exactly.
They're role models.
Yeah. Oh, my God. So, wait, I'm still trying to understand. Just by you cherry picking, and are you getting lucky, or are you ripping people off knowing, like, oh, my God, this DVD is worth way more than this person knows?
It's really, I just grind. I just go through them and I sell them all. So I look for whatever, and then I've got kind of a different way I sell them. So it's a grind. It's a hobby of mine, I say, but it drives my wife freaking insane.
Well, clearly.
I would imagine the post office hates you, too. That's a lot of DVDs to ship all the time.
I was listening as I was going to the post office. I dropped off 24 packages.
Brian and Kenzie in the morning. And Chicago's alternative all day.
Q101.
Brian and Kenzie on Q101. I did tease kind of big Nirvana news. I'm not saying maybe that was leading. Maybe I led you on. I apologize.
Maybe it was misleading.
Yeah, I don't apologize much.
Famously.
I don't believe you should apologize unless you did something really wrong.
When's the last time you apologized to somebody?
It was to Megan.
Of course.
My wife.
Duh.
Those apologies are often to your wife.
Mm-hmm. You just keep them coming.
Hey, happy wife, happy life, know what I mean? I don't like people that say that because then it means the husband's always miserable.
Yeah, that's right.
You know? Happy marriage there, Roker? All good?
Yeah, 20 happy years.
How about that, 20?
We've been married for 30.
Anyway, back to Nirvana. Kurt Cobain would have been 57 years old today. 57 years old. And, going back, I mean, that's the icon of our lifetime. And whether you like them or not, it affected the music you like today without question. There's bands,
God, yeah.
like any band that comes in here will reference Smells Like Teen Spirit as some kind of influence, whether they could be a 20-year-old artist, but that song changed the way they think about what they want to do, inspired them to play music or whatever. You can love Nirvana, you can hate them, but that's a fact. That's not disputable of his influence. And 27 years old, yeah. But 94.
30 years.
Well, so he's been dead longer than he was alive.
Yeah. Think about that. Whew. Holy cow, Roker.
Sorry.
That's going to ruin Brian's day.
This is why you should eat what you want today. Because this is carpe diem, man. Enjoy the day. But a really sad thing. Now, it does bring up memories of some fun as we have Al Roker Jr. here from the old Q101 days when I was Sludge. And one day, don't remember why, but Courtney Love, Kurt Cobain's wife, and of course being on Hole, called the radio station Annihilated. And I think she was supposed to call the morning show.
She was supposed to call the morning show the day before. Okay? And this is what I figured happened. She was supposed to call the morning show the day before, didn't.
Yep.
Called during your show,
which I was in the
day
afternoon
after.
then. Yeah.
So she got the times mixed up. So she's probably calling it 9 o'clock or 9:30
West Coast
LA time,
yeah.
right? So it's 11:30 here the next day, and Brian picks up the phone.
Lo and behold.
And it is Courtney Love. Then I verify. Roker comes running down the hallway. That really is Courtney Love. She was supposed to be on our show because I thought I was getting punked. And so she stayed on the phone for about 2 to 3 hours, which is, radio interviews, they typically call for like 10 minutes, then they got to go to Starbucks and get a coffee. Then no one stays on that long. And we kept putting her on hold, and I go, she won't hang up.
You kept putting her on hold, and then she goes, want to take some calls?
Which a guest has never said on the show, ever. Guests don't take calls, I take calls. details. She was a piece of work. And
there's a great line in there that you just said, by the way, which was Courtney Love called in. I don't know why.
Don't know
why. Not a memorable press tour. She just called in.
I mean, listen, it was at a time when she still had, I'm trying to remember the jamboree, the Q101 jamboree that she played in that whole 2001, I think. And it was so good. I mean, the performance, that album was great.
Yeah, that was a great
album.
Jamboree.
But I do have a little clip from that interview. And sadly, Roker, you're not on this clip for the 3-hour tape that I have. This was in like the last 30 seconds. So I'd already talked to her for 2 to 3 hours. And was just trying to wrap it up and say, I mean, it's great that Courtney Love called and hung on, but let's try to wrap it up. I was trying to end it and just get rid of her. And here's the last portion. My voice sounds weird here. We go back in time a little bit. It's kind of interesting to hear how you sound. But here's a part of that interview with Courtney Love.
Courtney, thanks for calling.
You know, you're getting me really sad.
I'm sorry.
Love springs eternal, and I'm going to be miserable. Like with Violet, that was about Billy, and then there's songs about Kurt. And this record, like, there's not anything about anyone who's arrived. Me and Francis will make a heart shape pie, and I'll cry into it.
Good. We wish you the best.
You do?
Yeah.
Really? Are you cute?
Yeah.
Are you cute?
Am I cute? Yeah. Thanks for hanging.
Time, okay?
No.
I need to get laid.
Courtney Love. So do I. It's Courtney Love.
She said, I need to get laid. Now we're back in real time. There's a lot to unpack there because she said Billy, meaning Billy Corgan, because he worked with her on those records, and they dated back in the day. And she mentions Kurt, mentions her daughter, Frances, who just
got married.
She married Tony Hawk's son.
Yes, Riley Hawk.
Unbelievable. What a power couple. So there you go. How's that sound, Roker, hearing that back?
Brings back some memories.
Yeah.
Oh, man. That was a wild day. That was a wild day. And it just happened that our boss was out of town that day.
Oh, I don't remember that.
Just so happened. No, he wasn't there. So I'm like, well, you can just play the same songs you always play.
Yeah.
Or you can pick up Courtney Love and talk to her.
Yeah, that was Roker's advice, and I listened to it. It was great. So Kurt Cobain on what would be his 57th birthday. Rest in peace, Kurt.
The Brian and Kenzie Show.
On Q101.